Hi everyone, I hope you're doing well today. So recently I was frequenting some of the free libraries that I usually visit, and I found a bunch of books which I thought that I share with you guys. Um, I'm very happy with this haul because there were some of the books which I was meaning to acquire in the future, and a lot of them are in very good shape and um, in covers as well. So I was very happy to find a lot of these books and to replace some of my older books which had like smaller fonts or had annotations in them or were just in worse for wear condition. So I thought I'd just share with you guys. One of the first few books that I got was the Aeneid by Virgil, translated by Robert Fitzgerald. One of the one of the greatest works of literature ever written. So I was very happy to find this in a good cover and in good condition as well. Next, I have Euripides' Plays. I don't know much about Euripides, but I know that his book is rather well liked, and I got it in a nice clean copy of um, in the Oxford edition. So picked it up. Next, I have When the Going Was Good by Evelyn Waugh. I know that some of the writing in today's standards is not very politically correct, but I thought I would just enjoy the writing for what it was and not be held up by political correctness and things like that. This is a bunch of his travel writing that he wrote during his travels in, as you see that, I think that's Egypt and a bunch of other places as well. So I'm very happy to pick this up because I know that Evelyn Waugh is a renowned figure, and I know that he in BookTube specifically he's well liked. Next, I got a rather clean copy of Gabriel Garcia Marquez's 100 Years of Solitude, which I can finally replace my older, smaller and stiffer version of this book that I had recently. So very happy to finally get a nicer copy of it. Next, I have Inferno by Dante. I read this about a year and a half ago, and I don't think I was that experienced of a reader to really internalize what I was reading at the point. So I'm very happy to finally get a copy which I can return to at a future date and finally see how great this book is. I enjoyed it for what it was when I read it, but I think I'll get more out of it in future reads. This is translated by Steve Ellis, which I know is a good translator for modern readers. And happy to pick this up in a clean and a copy with a plastic cover. Next, I also got a very nice copy of Troilus and Cresseide by Geoffrey Chaucer. This is the Norton critical edition, which has essays and critical analyses at the back of the book itself. It's a rather a bit unusual because it's quite long. I've never seen a book like this before, which wasn't a fantasy or action paperback. So it's a bit unusual and unique. But I know Geoffrey Chaucer, I know his Canterbury Tales, which I've been meaning to get to. This is in the I don't know which translation it is, but it's in medieval English. So I think it'll be quite a bit of work to finally try to grasp medieval English, but I'll try to, and I'll report back when I finally do get to this. But it'll probably be sometime in the future because I want to finish the Canterbury Tales first before I get to some of his lesser known works. Next, I have The Endless Step by Esther Hopzig. If I'm not wrong, this is about a Polish family living in the times of World War II, Polish Jewish family. Next, I have J.B. Priestley, some of his plays, including Inspector Calls. I see some polarizing views on this author, so I just thought I pick it up and give him a try. I think some of his plays are not really aligned with my taste, but as I said, I'll give it a read and see how I feel about him. Next, I have Washington Black by S.C. Iragan. Forgive me if I'm not pronouncing it right, but I saw this on Steve Donahew's top 10 historical novels of 2019, if I'm not wrong. And it's a very nice edition, and apparently it's shortlisted for the Man Booker Prize, which is quite a prestigious prize. And yeah, it looks quite interesting with a hot air balloon boat. So maybe there's some sci-fi elements to this as well. Next, I'm very happy to get a nice edition of The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy by Douglas Adams. This is the first book in the whole series. If I like this, I'll probably read the rest of the series, but I'll stick to this as I know this is one of his most well-known work. Next, I have Shirley Jackson's We Have Always Lived in the Castle. I don't know what to feel about this author as of yet. I know people who really love this author, in that some of the booktubers which I really respect don't really regard her work as they find her works to be pretty boring. So I'm interested to see where I stand on this author, and notwithstanding all those things, I'm just gonna go in with an open mind and try to enjoy the horror elements, which I know that Shirley Jackson is famous for. And it's a rather short book too, so maybe I'll get to it sooner rather than later. Next, I've shown this before. I have Sophocles, the three Theban plays by Sophocles, and this is the translation by Robert Fagles, and the notes by Bernard Knox, which is the edition to read it in. But I also got the Theban plays translated by E.F. Watling. I know E.F. Watling is not as doesn't have a reputation like Robert Fagles does, but I thought I just get this copy of the Theban plays just to compare the translations when I finally do get to the book. Next, I have the North Water by Ian McGuire. I don't know much about the work or the author, but it had a blurb by Hilary Mantel, which I really like. I didn't see many reviews on this book, but I know it's a sad book. But I'll see. I'll try to get to it soon and just see what this book is all about. Next, I have a bunch of Oxford editions of Oxford editions of Shakespeare, and they're all in very good condition. They all have white pages and an Oxford edition. So I have King Lear, A Midsummer Night's Dream, and Antony and Cleopatra, which I hope I can show on YouTube. I have the Collins edition of the complete works of Shakespeare, but I much rather have individual editions of more notes and more commentary on each of his individual works, because I know Shakespeare is he's the greatest English writer of all time, and I would love to see more scholarship on his individual works rather than just his individual works with no additional commentary and notes. So I'm very happy to get these in a very good condition. I think I'm going to start with Macbeth first, but these three are they're going to follow Macbeth up soon. Next, I have a Connecticut Yankee in King Arthur's Court. I had a smaller version, Bantam Classic edition of this, so I was happy to replace that with a nice Oxford edition. I also have the Poisonwood Bible by Barbara Kingsolver. I didn't really like The Demon Copperhead by her, but I had an older version of the Poisonwood Bible with me, and so I replaced it with this book. I'm going to give it a try, and if I don't enjoy it, I'm just going to give up on Barbara Kingsolver. I know that she's rather loved within the booktube circle, but I just couldn't get into Demon Copperhead, and I really hope that this proves me wrong on my impression on Barbara Kingsolver. And last but not least, I also have Ray Bradbury's The Martian Chronicles. Ray Bradbury is the author of Fahrenheit 451, so it's a nice, clean, small copy of The Martian Chronicles. So I picked it up and happy to give him a try soon. So that's all I picked up in my recent acquisitions. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys have a good day, and just comment what you've been reading and such. And I'm very interested to know what you guys have been reading and things like that. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day ahead. Thank you, BookTube.